So, My Hero Academia Vigilantes manga chapter 102 has officially dropped, and let me just say this. If it wasn't for the fact that I knew for a fact that Vigilantes was going to end, I would have assumed that this was the ending of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. But in all honesty, we both know that it's not the end. We still have a little bit left to go, and you'll see why right after the intro. Hit it! Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Big Blue Drew, 97 here, coming at you with another My Hero Academia Vigilantes review. This time reviewing manga chapter 102, titled Intruder. Yes, in this chapter, we basically continue where we left off last chapter, which was, I don't know, number 6 being able to infiltrate the hospital and attempting to kill Popstep. So, you know, the main thing that we tried to prevent, specifically Koichi, Soga, Raptor, Moyoru, all of them tried to do. In the next round, they kind of succeed. But it may be hollow, and I'll get to that when we get to that part of the chapter. But before we actually get more into the actual chapter review, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big Blue Drew 97. If you like My Hero Academia / Vigilantes content, I'm here for you. I think it would be a good idea to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I upload My Hero Academia Vigilantes content, because Vigilantes is about to end, and I think that you would enjoy my final takes on the series as a whole. So yeah, let's get right into the review. So, we start off from how we ended last chapter with a big explosion, and this time we get to see the reactions of a few people. We get to see the reactions of the doctors hearing the explosion midnight. We actually get a close-up of Popstep showing that she's still unconscious. But that number 6 has infiltrated the hospital, that number 6 is now an intruder, as he commands the anonymous to stop moving as he begins to walk inside the hospital and infiltrate it. And then we also have Rapt and Moyoru, who make comments about, hey, wow, that's weird. They infiltrated the hospital. Yeah, but those things aren't moving. They're kind of like zombies, and only one of them went into the hospital. What's going on? As we cut over to the one that actually broke into the hospital, which is confirmed to be number 6, as number 6 says that this is all a part of his plan. Now, oh, this door is locked? Oh, don't worry, I have the key. As he's once again talking to this vestige of O'Clock, and how he's able to control the anonymous and how they act more like zombies, so now he can focus more on using his overclock quirk. So we see number 6 bursting through a hallway, preparing to head towards Popstep, as we see that he's being confronted by a few police officers, and one of them is Detective Koichi. And we have Koichi basically coming to this like face-to-face moment, this realization of, oh yeah, I remember you, Overclock. Yeah, I remember the last time that we fought at that fish market in Osaka or someplace like that, as we have number 6 come to the realization, like, oh, you remember it! Good, because it's not going to end up like the last time. So yeah, this is a small reference to episode or chapter 35 of Vigilantes, where basically, like, this isn't the first time that he fought, how Detective Tsukachi has fought number 6. This was before he made all the modifications to his body, but even then, he was still capable of giving a shot out on him and causing him to bleed. And spoilers in this video, number 6 bleeds, but it's just like this little slight banter that number 6 is having with him because of the history that they have with one another. And so you just have Tsukachi, who's basically telling number 6 that he's basically under arrest for everything that he's done, and number 6 is just being very condescending. It's like, oh, you remember me, that's good. Oh yeah, of course, I remember you. And also, you're calling me by my name. Oh, that's weird. Oh, you probably heard that from that one detective. Yeah, I remember him. I probably should have shut him up earlier, as we get the reveal of what number 6's face looked like, and oh my gosh! Oh! It's horrible. It's horrendous. He looks like a rejected Ninja Turtle with hair. He looks like an old man's ball sack with hair. He looks like the bastard love child of All for One with hair. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really add for that. Yeah, he does, and it's weird. He looks like a dead ringer for one. You know, when he had his entire face destroyed by All Might that one time. But probably the main difference is that he could actually breathe without a machine. No shade at all for one, but hey, you're the one that has to use a machine to breathe, and number 6 doesn't, so who really got it worse? Probably you. But yeah, we get to see his face and how disgusting he is, and also how he still has that scar on his face, as we also get, once again, number 6 confirming that he is here to kill Popstep, and he said that nothing's gonna get in his way. Do you get it? Do you understand what he said as he's talking to Detective Tsukachi? But all of a sudden, the window cracks, as it seems as if someone from the outside shot into the inside, shocking number 6. But Tsukachi is actually very calm at this moment, as we get a flashback basically explaining everything that happened. And it's very interesting about this flashback because it kind of like ties into something that I kind of like had like an idea about it, but didn't really say in the review for last chapter, for like how Koichi came to the hospital, but we didn't see Detective Tsukachi outside, which is very weird. There were just some random detectives outside, but we didn't see him as well. We get the confirmation of why that is, because we cut back to around 30 minutes before all of this started happening. So like it is when the entire city blacked out. Luckily enough, the hospitals had backup generators to keep everything moving. But then you have I think it's Rapt, who comes in and is like, oh hey detective, Soga's outside, he wants to talk to you. And it's at this moment where Soga basically like just has a face-to-face with Tsukachi, basically tells him like everything that he needs to know. Like at first he was like very like hesitant to do it, but he realized that, oh yeah, no, this situation that's going on right now, yeah, it's all due to that one guy. The reason why we're all doing this is because apparently Koichi met up with a guy who said that he was going to kill Popstep, and this seems to be his handiwork. So yeah, that's kind of like why we were doing the things that we were doing. And as Tsukachi like comes to this realization, he also says, oh, it's probably the same guy that I fought before with the overclock quirk. Yeah, I suspected that he was also the one that was responsible for what happened to my detective's like friend, and it's mainly because of the speed that he had. So they basically like come to this realization and come to this agreement that they are going to basically help each other, and how their plan basically comes down to Soga using a machine gun to basically distract number 6 by firing all of these bullets, causing him to use more brain function. Because here's the thing, how overclock works is that it requires like a lot of brain function to be basically able to react with that speed. And if he's distracted by the bullets, he doesn't have that same brain power to actually use overclock effectively. So their goal is to use Soga to basically shoot at him to try and like confuse him and try to prevent him from using overclock quirk. But there's only on one condition that Tsukachi would agree to this, and that's if he doesn't hit him. And that's very interesting, because his thing, Tsukachi is willing to like get the help of Soga as a civilian, but he still says this, that he still doesn't want a civilian to get their hands dirty, which is very interesting because he realizes that he needs Soga's help, but because he's a policeman, because he's an officer of the law, he cannot allow for the civilian to like get into this. He can't allow Soga to basically potentially kill or harm number 6, because then it will be on him, and there's nothing that he would be able to do because he would have committed a crime. So basically, it's a way of protecting Soga. But what's even more interesting is that Soga immediately agrees to it. And I probably can guess why. He agrees that he's not going to be the one to hit number 6. But that leaves it open to potentially a Koichi landing hits on him, or potentially Knuckle Duster coming in. Ooh, we don't see Knuckle Duster in this chapter. Dang it! But that's how you know that Vigilantes is ending, because we haven't seen Knuckle Duster again. You cannot end this series without Knuckle Duster coming back. I am sticking to that point, and I will die on that hill. But yeah, Soga basically agrees to that and asks for Tsukachi to trust him. And as the flashback ends, we cut back over to the present, where you have Soga setting the gun from like 1 to A. Oh, he set it to, oh, shit's about to go down. No, he sets it to automatic. But, you know, Shit's about to go down. That seems a whole lot better. But no, he sets the gun to automatic and he just starts firing at random. Even to the point where the cops there is like, oh my gosh, he's firing at random. Yeah, he's just randomly firing. Oh my gosh, this is way crazy. Yeah, thanks, Sideline Cops, for that wonderful addition to the series. That was really great. But what is even funnier, and what I enjoyed more about this, is that as Soga's just firing randomly and like doing like rapid fire, you just have Tsukachi just pointing the gun in the direction of number 6, and he doesn't flinch, he doesn't hesitate, he's just still looking forward, and he just thinks to himself, full auto? Isn't that too much? I mean, yeah, but it's doing the job well, because we also get to see number 6 talking to the vestige of O'Clock, which we need an explanation for that. Like, before the series ends, we need 3 things confirmed. If Knuckle Duster is still alive, if Koichi and Popstep gets together, or who Koichi gets into a relationship with, and what the frick is up with O'Clock when it comes to number 6. We gotta get these 3 things confirmed before the series ends, or I will be pissed. But yes, cutting back over to the actual review, this image of O'Clock is basically saying, oh yeah, you best be sure to like avoid them, because they're aiming at you. They're not actually aiming to shoot you. They're aiming to like make sure that you're unable to use your acceleration and deplete your oxygen from your brain, so you can't get a respawn. So you gotta be careful with this. As you have number 6 is like, oh, respond, hey? Oh man, with all this fully loaded fire, they keep shooting at me, but it's fine. The gun is gonna be empty soon, and when that moment comes, I'll be able to take a deep breath and then all of a sudden Koichi comes in and he starts using his special move. Shoot and go, blam, 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 blam. I still hate that name. But I will say that this panel was very cool, very amazing, because the crawler just comes in and starts shooting at number 6. Tying into what Soga said, most likely. How Soga said, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to be hitting number 6, the villain. I'm not going to do it. But I didn't say anything about Koichi, because Koichi comes in and technically he is hitting him, or at least technically number 6 is blocking them. And even O'Clock begins to like think to himself, it's like, oh yes, his shooty go blam. Yeah, it's his blasts are only as powerful as a punch, but if you get hit by that, yeah, it's gonna really rock your brain, meaning that you won't be able to use overclock. As we have him basically like, okay, yeah, no, I get it, no breather, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, why does it feel like I got shot in the leg? So number 6 gets shot in the leg, and he gets shot in the leg again, and again. And then he gets shot in the leg a few more times as the chapter ends. As we have basically Detective Tsukachi telling everyone to aim for his legs and to secure him. End of chapter. So, we are going to be on a 3-week break. They have allegedly captured number 6. I have read enough manga and read enough stories to know where this is going, and yeah, no, he's definitely not caught. If anything, I expect next chapter to be a even longer chapter, like by another like 2 or 3 pages. Like we have like 19 pages right now. I would expect it to be 21, if not 25. Going back to the OG time of Vigilantes, where chapters used to be 30 to 40 pages long. I expect the next chapter to be that, and if it's not, I'm actually going to be a little bit disappointed. But yeah, from what we see at the end of this chapter, it's assumed that number 6 is captured. Most likely he is not. If anything, they should have killed him. They definitely, most likely, should have aimed for the fucking head. Like with Thor, should have aimed for the head. They're aiming for the legs. That's going to eventually lead to O'Clock taking a breath, number 6 taking a breath, and when he takes that breath, he's gonna zip behind them, probably explode the doors, leading to Popstep, where he could potentially kill her, which would lead to the actual ending, or close to the ending of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, where we will have the final confrontation between the Crawler and number 6, and potentially Knuckle Duster, because I think that hopefully what happens in the next chapter in 3 weeks is that we're going to see number 6 get out of the situation by taking a breath, either disarming Tsukachi and the other officers, or doing very heavy damage to them with an explosion, then head to the direction of Pop, where we will get the Crawler going one-on-one against number 6. They're going to have banter back and forth, and the moment that he enters Pop Step's room, you're going to have someone hovering like in the corner or above him and just start beating into him, where it's going to be revealed that it's going to be Knuckle Duster, and then it's going to be a fight between Knuckle Duster and Koichi versus number 6. That is how I believe that this next chapter is going to be. If not next chapter, within the next 2 chapters. I'm going to predict that that is what it's going to be. I'm going to die on this hill. If my prediction doesn't come true, I'm going to be very sad. Overall, really did enjoy this chapter of Vigilantes. I thought there was a lot of cool action. We got to see Koichi finally do something and interacting with number 6. We had number 6's face revealed, and it's horrifying, as well as we got a little bit of understanding for why Soga was acting the way that he did. And finally, both Soga and Detective Tsukachi are now on the same page, and now they were able to work together, where they've actually done some advancement into stopping number 6. It's going to be in vain, most likely, but at least they are now working together, showing that everything that came before this chapter, it was a lot of setup, and a lot of it began to be paid off in this chapter. So yeah, also, the comedy was really good. The art was good as well. Overall, really enjoyed this chapter, but I really cannot wait for next chapter, and hopefully you can't wait either. So I'm gonna leave you with this. What do you think of this chapter of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, chapter 102? Did you think it was good? Did you think that was great? Did you think that it was shit? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. And I'm gonna ask a question for this video. What did you think of number 6's face? Leave your harshest disses, your harshest smack talk in the comments down below, as well as leave a like on this video as well if you liked it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this type of content, as well as hitting your notification bell to be notified for whenever I upload more My Hero Academia Vigilantes content and My Hero Academia content in general. So yeah, do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in the next video. Goodbye!